How rich can someone really be? My wife is loaded, like, seriously rich. People call her the Queen of Cloudridge because she owns almost half the city. We've been married 5 years, and here's the thing. Every time she goes to see her first love, she gives me a property, just hands it over. By the time I've got 99 homes in my name, something shifts. I stop crying, stop begging her to stay. I just pick out the nicest mansion in Cloudridge, grab the paperwork, and wait for her to sign. She signs it. For the first time ever, her voice is gentle. When I get back, let's go see the fireworks together. I tuck the papers away and just nod, but I never tell her what she actually signed. It wasn't a property deed. It was our divorce papers. The TV in the office was showing some story about Cedric Gardner coming back to town. Tiffany's eyes were glued to the screen the whole time, even when she took the property transfer from me and signed it without even looking. Parning's Manor, out in the west suburbs, one of the most exclusive properties in Cloudridge. You can't even buy it if you have the money, but to her, it was worthless. Just like me, when the news ended, Tiffany looked happy. She spun the pen in her fingers after signing and handed the deed back. I must have given you over 60 properties by now, right? You're basically a mini real estate mogul, she joked. She was thrilled, but it had nothing to do with me. She was excited because her first love was coming home. I just stood there and nodded. The mansion in the west suburbs has an ocean view. I really like it. Back when she was chasing me, I turned her down 99 times. She never gave up. On her 100th try, we got married, but her love didn't last. It died the day Cedric came back to Cloudridge, which also happened to be our first anniversary. I'd been sitting there with the candlelit dinner she'd made, waiting for her to come home. What showed up instead was a property deed and a quick apology. I'm sorry, Matthew. I missed our anniversary. Forgive me? I ignored the cologne on her clothes, some scent I didn't recognize, and told her I forgave her. It was the first time. I told myself I'd forgive her 99 more times to make it even. Then came the second time, the third, the fourth. For 5 years, she kept leaving me for Cedric. Eventually, she stopped explaining. She'd just hand me a property deed before going to see him. From 1 to 99, I forgave her every single time. This was number 100. But after this one, I wouldn't have to forgive her anymore. That thought made me smile. I looked at her calmly, no emotion weighing me down. She froze for a second, then looked away. Right then, I saw something different in her face, like she was reluctant. After a pause, she said quietly, "When I get back, I'll take you to see the fireworks." In the past, even the smallest bit of kindness from her gave me false hope. I'd beg. I'd get my heart broken. Because every time, she'd peel my fingers off hers one by one and walk away without looking back. All she'd say was, "You're crazy." But I'd already been crazy 99 times. Now that the 100th time was here, I didn't need to lie to myself anymore. Because hidden in the papers I gave her today was a divorce agreement. In 30 days, Tiffany and I would be done. 25 days until the divorce was final. For the past 5 days, Tiffany's social media, usually dead quiet, suddenly came alive. During the day, she and Cedric fed pigeons downtown. At night, they watched parades from a hotel rooftop next to the amusement park. I saw everywhere they went and everything they did. That promise she made me? I'm sure she forgot all about it. I started packing, clothes all over the floor, suitcases half open. That's when her assistant Jillian called. "Mr. Marsden, don't forget, fireworks tonight at 8, Wilhelm Bridge. If anything goes wrong, Miss Scorsese will kill me." In 5 years of marriage, Jillian was the only one who knew the truth. I didn't want to make her life harder, so I said I'd go. But heading to the bridge, I couldn't stop thinking. 5 years ago, right after we got married, Tiffany had set up a surprise fireworks show just for me. Jillian had given me a heads up then too. Now 5 years later, same place. But I felt completely different about it. When I got near the bridge, it was packed with tourists, even news crews with cameras. Something felt off. Maybe I'd misunderstood. I called Tiffany's phone. Busy. I tried again. I don't even know what I was hoping for. But no matter how many times I called, she didn't answer. She never showed. Almost 8 o'clock. Someone in the crowd yelled, "Fireworks are about to start." I heard Miss Scorsese planned this whole thing for her husband. Lucky us. We get to watch. I froze. Tiffany always acted single in public. The husband they were talking about couldn't be me. Had to be someone else. I knew the best view was on the north side of the bridge. I figured since I was already there, might as well check it out. The fireworks hadn't done anything wrong. The crowd pushed me forward. That's when I saw her. Tiffany stood in the best spot, wrapped up tight in Cedric's arms. Fireworks burst in the sky, bright and loud. Each boom hit my ears hard. Through all the noise, I could hear Tiffany telling Cedric how she felt about him. A reporter walked up with a mic. "Sir, how does that make you feel?" Tiffany looked up at him, waiting. Cedric took the mic with a shy smile and started to answer. Then our eyes met. Tiffany froze. She whispered, "Matthew." For a moment, everything on Wilhelm Bridge went quiet. Even the fireworks seemed to stop. Everyone turned to look where she was looking. At me. Cedric looked at me, then at her. "Who's that?" Tiffany licked her lips, clearly not sure what to say. I smiled and stepped forward, unbothered by all the eyes on me. "I'm Matthew Marsden. I'm Miss Scorsese's." She tried to stop me, but I finished anyway. "Cousin." As soon as I said it, the weight lifted off my chest. "Aunt Elena asked me to check out her future son-in-law. Sorry if I startled anyone." Tiffany relaxed immediately and gave me a little nod. She'd never wanted people knowing we were married, and her mom Elena felt the same way. Every time I went anywhere with her, I had to call her mom Aunt Elena. This woman I'd called Aunt Elena for 5 years was the perfect cover, set up from the start. The fireworks kept going. Nobody was paying attention to me anymore. Then out of nowhere, it started pouring. Tiffany pushed through the crowd. "Cedric's not feeling well. He can't be in the rain. Please, let us through." She carefully shielded him and helped him to the car. Once again, I was left standing there alone. The rain was freezing cold, but I didn't feel anything. Maybe 5 years of marriage had already numbed me. I got home and took a hot shower. When I came out, Tiffany was in the living room. She hesitated, then actually thanked me. "Thanks for covering back there. I mean, we're still secretly married. If it came out, it wouldn't look good for Cedric. One day, I'll find a way to make our relationship public." I didn't remind her there wouldn't be any more chances. This marriage was ending, and it might as well be erased completely. Better for both of us. Then she asked, like she just remembered, "But why were you even there?" I smiled and looked at her for a long time. Only when she started to look away did I answer. "Jillian asked me to go." That's when she remembered. The fireworks were supposed to be for me, but she'd been too busy with Cedric to even think about it. "Sorry, next week." "Actually no, I have a work trip. Next month for sure." "I'll take you then." I shook my head. "Let's see when the time comes." Tiffany seemed happy I was being so easy about it. She gave me a light hug. Her arms had never felt so cold. She did go on that work trip, and she brought Cedric. When they weren't working, they went to candlelit dinners, visited museums, ate seafood at street stalls, places she'd never go with me. She once told me, "I'm a CEO. I can't eat at places like that. It's beneath beneath me. But with Cedric, Tiffany didn't care about status. She was just a woman in love. 3 days until the deadline, Tiffany finally came home. She'd been gone over 2 weeks, and I never contacted her once. Looking at the spotless mansion, she seemed to realize for the first time what I'd been doing for 5 years. Babe, you've worked so hard, she said. It had been so long since she'd called me that. I couldn't even remember the last time. I was thinking of taking you to see fireworks the day after tomorrow, but they banned all firework displays. I could hear it in her voice. She just didn't want to go with me anymore. Cedric probably said something. Then don't worry about it, I said. Tiffany paused, surprised I was letting it go so easily. You sure you don't mind? Before, I would have lost it and demanded to know why she never kept her promises. But now, her empty words didn't matter to me. It's just fireworks. Doesn't matter. Just like Tiffany. She didn't matter anymore either. After a long silence, she spoke again. How about I take you to that mansion in the west suburbs the day after tomorrow? I heard you can see hot air balloons from there. I checked my phone. The calendar showed the day after tomorrow was Valentine's Day. Would she really come see me on such an important day? She was probably just blowing me off. Don't you need to be with Cedric that day? I asked. Tiffany's face stiffened. I've spent plenty of time with him. It's time I spent some with you. Even as she said it, she seemed to realize how ridiculous it sounded. She looked at the floor, but I didn't call her out. I just played along. That day was also when our divorce would be final. Kind of fitting, actually. 1 day left until the divorce was final, and Tiffany hadn't shown up at all for 2 days. She'd been busy with Cedric, probably trying to smooth things over, but she'd send me pointless messages every night. Celebrity gossip, photos of stray cats, funny memes, like we were just a normal married couple living apart, chatting about random stuff. In 5 years, Tiffany and I never had that kind of daily back and forth. I didn't get why she was suddenly doing it, and I didn't want to understand. Those 3 days, I'd been busy moving out, gradually packing up and sending everything to Newford. I also finalized a lease deal with a realtor to rent out all 100 properties under my name. Eventually, the movement caught Tiffany's attention. That night, she called. Jillian said, "You've been moving?" I answered casually. "Yeah, aren't we going to the west suburbs? I like it there." Tiffany was quiet for a moment. "If we're setting off fireworks there, that's fine." I shook my head and joked, "Better not. You might get arrested." She sounded relieved. "Then just wait for me there tomorrow night." I hummed quietly as a notification popped up confirming my flight. Tiffany paused, then repeated it like she sensed something. "You have to wait for me." "I will," I said. But the next night, she never came. Jillian called to apologize. Tiffany had a meeting and was running late. But on social media, Cedric was in a hot air balloon, and Tiffany was right there in his arms. I checked the time. My flight left in 4 hours. The divorce agreement would take effect in 2. Probably no chance to tell her in person. 3 hours left. I stood in the mansion Tiffany gave me, looking out at the river. Dozens of hot air balloons floated in the sky. No way to tell which one was theirs. Thinking about the promise she made yesterday, I couldn't help but laugh. If she knew this was the last promise I'd ever wait for her to keep, would she come back right now? I went back inside and looked at the small suitcase in the living room. I didn't have much here. This place had always been nothing more than payment for the 100th time she broke my heart. Leaving now felt oddly meaningful. 2 hours left. My lawyer sent a message. "Congratulations, Mr. Marsden. Happy divorce day. I'll have the divorce decree delivered shortly." The divorce papers arrived in the final hour. Just like that, my marriage was officially over. I picked up my suitcase and got ready to leave. Traffic to the airport was backed up a bit. Sitting in the car, I happened to glance out the window and saw Tiffany speeding toward the west suburbs. I looked down. That quick moment passing each other on the highway would be the last time our paths crossed. But then she stopped her car and turned to look in my direction.